Welcome to GC 365. Get ready for this. Here's the problem. Stacy and I have known each other for a long time. I'm Pastor Kyler, the associate pastor of Woodinville. This is Pastor Stacy. And Pastor Stacy was my boss. And our meetings would come to a screeching halt.
Literally
a screeching halt because we're hilarious.
We are so funny. But oddly, not everybody understands our humor.
No.
And so we would be like, couldn't even talk. We were laughing so hard. And everyone else just sat around so annoyed, rolling their eyes. Like, can we move forward?
They were polite about it at first. And then
barely.
So I give you permission. Just like, if after 30 seconds this becomes intolerable, just pick it up tomorrow. It's fine. Like, it's totally fine. Or you'll think as funny as we think that we are funny.
If tomorrow's is too boring, you can replay.
You can come back. This is a great thing. They're all on YouTube all the time. You can watch this whenever you like. If you're just feeling sad one day, just know day 349.
349.
Day 349.
December 15th.
Yep, exactly. So I'm glad you guys are with us. The whole time though, we're like, I'm gonna like shatter the glass a little bit for you guys. We pre-record these. I know it's a shocker. It's December. You're just finding this out. Wow.
These aren't live.
These aren't live. I hate to break it to you. And we had to record one of these before, and we were like, I'll tell you, we were funny. We were really funny. It was one that didn't make it. And it wasn't because anybody said anything inappropriate. We had technical stuff. Anyways, so we're like, let's get ready to be funny again. This is gonna be so good. What do we have to read about? Micah and Revelation. It's just not meant to be. Yeah, maybe. So we start in the book of Micah today, starting it off with 4 whole chapters.
I literally had to look twice when I was like, wait, that can't be
like
right.
It's broken. Well, the Bible's broken.
And then I was like, wait, why is there not a New Testament reading? And I thought, oh yeah, Revelation is New Testament.
Yeah, like, oh no. I was looking forward to something fun. And then the Psalms was like 2 sentences. And then I'm really excited about
you hear the Proverbs.
I'm really excited about Proverbs today. So maybe stick around long enough for us to get through Proverbs, please, today.
Yeah.
The book of Micah is another one. He's another one of these minor prophets. And it, to be honest, sounds a lot like some of the stuff we've read before, where it's just like, once again, Jerusalem's not doing so hot.
Not doing so great. And he's here to bring the great news.
I'm here to let you know what you're doing wrong. And I'm here to let you know how you can make it right. And so the whole time is...
Which makes me think of like parenting my adult children.
Yeah, I know. It's like, here's mom. Guess who's here? Mom's here to tell you, hey, you're not doing so hot.
Let me tell you how to do it right.
Yeah.
Learn from my mistakes.
Exactly. But here's the thing. I don't think Jerusalem was coming to, or like going to Micah like, can I have money for gas? Can you transfer it into my account? I do wonder if these guys were just like so annoying to everybody.
The prophets?
The prophets.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If everybody's like,
yes. And here they come. But yet when they wanted help, they'd say, hey, yeah, could you go ahead? And so again, back to the parenting thing.
Right.
When they wanted help, they did want prayer, but they didn't want to follow all of the decrees leading up to that.
Right. Exactly. And so, and I mean, this just happened with Jeremiah. This just happened. We're like somebody, like they would try to practically kill the prophets, right?
Yeah.
Because they were so mad about what was being said until they did make the realization. And did you ever have that moment, like say like 18, 19, 20 years old, setting out on your own, right? Where you're like, oh, mom was right.
Oh,
that was right. Like,
then and still
and
now.
I
mean, constantly. I think I've apologized to my parents so many times. Like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen.
I'm sorry for what I said when I thought I knew everything.
Right.
And yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh. And then realizing too.
Have you apologized to your parents yet?
Here's the thing. My parents all started coming
Here's
to
the
church.
thing. He says, here's the thing.
Here's the thing. They're learning more about me than they ever have because they've heard me preach.
Oh, right, right.
In the last
yeah,
month.
those adolescent years do provide for
I
good.
know. I literally, my last
stories.
sermon, I spent half of it facing the other direction because I'm like, this is news to them. Like, they haven't heard this story yet. And then, like, I remember there was a moment where Katie and we were hanging out with my dad, and like, it was like, oh, Dad, you haven't heard this story. Like, Statute of Limitations is up. Like, here's something that I could tell you. And it was usually about me being like a bad student. It wasn't ever horribly awful, but I'd usually be lying in school and stuff. And like, but my dad just looks at me dumbfounded. Like, and then he like ignores me, goes to Katie and says like, yeah, there's a lot of years we didn't really get along. It wasn't there. And now it's like it's good to have that relationship too now where
I look forward to that with all of my
with all of
children.
your kids, all the stuff you'll learn.
Yes, yeah, well,
if you're horrified about the stuff you know now about your kids, wait 10 years. Yeah,
they're gonna totally kick us off again.
I know this one's gonna have another technical difficulty. I'm sure that's what it was with Micah. You brought up a good point about Micah. He's listening, he's telling him like, you're screwing this up, screwing this up, turn to the Lord. I mean, I got God on my side. You guys are in trouble. I'll be fine.
And he said it a couple times. And like I was telling you, that reminded me so much of, I've often said that's the confidence that I got from my own dad. Like, well, I'm the daughter of Steve Stormo, so I kind of can just do what I want.
Do you know who I am?
Yes, I'm so loved.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Right.
Like, yeah.
But we all should feel that way
all the time.
Having God as a father. Do you not? So I am the daughter of a king. The
next time you go to Red Robin, they're like 10-minute wait, and you're like, is it? Like, do you know who I am? Exactly. God is my daddy. Like,
I'm gonna try it.
Use it.
I'll be kicked out, but that's okay.
I know they don't let us.
I'll have to invite him into church.
Yeah, I know.
Church.
They'll totally come. We're going to Revelations.
Oh, good.
We're still on a point where it kind of makes sense. That's the good news. There's so many different times where you're like, what the heck does that mean? What is the simile here? When it's the lamb, I love it because it's an easy and obvious simile talking about how Jesus is going to come. It's the second coming of Christ. What's funny is it's talking about this 7 sealed scroll, and I wish I could explain it to you really well. I just can't. Good luck. But we're in the series, Revelation. We're in the series Dummies, right now, so I mean, you're picking up on this. Make sure you're coming on Sunday mornings. But I had a professor in Bible college that his dissertation, when he was getting his PhD, he made the 7 sealed scroll.
Wow.
And used parchment, wrote it in Hebrew, and then sealed it 7 times with wax. And he brought it to class just to show us. And he said, I'm going to pass this around. But if you break one of the seals, hell will unleash. This might be the real one. If you guys aren't careful, this might be the real one. I would cry. I wouldn't even touch it. I didn't want to touch it. Pass it around. And this thing's old, so it's kind of falling apart a little bit. Like, is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be you? Which one of us is gonna break on today? And there's the one kid in class that's kind of trying to loosen it up for the next guy that he passes it to. He's passing around maybe not you. Yeah. You don't get to get. But yeah, it talks about the breaking of these different seals, these 7 seals, and it's kind of these different steps that are going to be happening when Jesus comes back. But it's so easy to be. People have been thinking Christ is coming. The second Christ is coming tomorrow for the last 2,000 years. I mean, I can remember my grandparents talking about it. Yeah, and there's so many. If you even look in, because I read this all the time, 5th century literature. I did a study on it. A little light reading. A little light reading. Sitting on the toilet. And anything else I pull. So they, there's so many different times people have thought it's pointing to everything. Right. That we're going through right now. Which I'm not going to lie. It feels like that a lot. Especially the last 2 years. Yeah, it feels like that a lot. But then I was reading a prophecy about the end times in 2 Timothy the other day. Just part of the Bible reading, and it said all the countries will be at peace. I'm like, cool, so not now. Right, right. We got that one good, right? But a lot of times it'll feel like that. But then it's important in today's reading to notice this is after Jesus came back, right? Yeah. So this isn't talking about the leading up to things right now. This is talking about after Jesus came back. So it's always important to think about that. All the prophecies, all the everything, right? Especially the prophets in the Old Testament, but then this Revelation stuff that hasn't quite happened yet. Be conscious of the fact that it's not always talking about this moment in your life right now. And the prophets in the Old Testament prophets is often within the lifetime of that prophet himself. No, that's a really good point and reminder. Yeah. And then I'm so excited about Proverbs. I'm skipping Psalms. Just swipe that.
Do
Just
it,
get
do
rid
it.
of that.
It is so good. You just read the whole
I
thing.
won't comment on the size of the text on your phone, but we'll just go straight to Proverbs.
My son Blake set me up with that.
You had to ask your son, your adult son, to set that up for you. That's great.
Like the people in restaurants behind me are like, oh, we're texting our daughter right now, aren't we?
You can read every single word. There only one fits on the screen at a time. So here's the thing, and I didn't know if Stacy's gonna like this story or not. When I was a youth pastor, under her supervision. This is like a statute of limitations. It's like a parenting moment. There's people and this is with any relationship. You get close enough to somebody. I'm not gonna say the word abuse. Like you can be a little more rough with them in a playful way.
Yeah.
There's a student that I knew really, really well. That he was a great student, and I had enough rapport with him that I could, if he did something dumb, I could tell him he was dumb rather than using kid gloves. So, like, in all seriousness, this first made me think of that kid. I am weary, oh God. I'm weary and worn out. I am too stupid to be human. I lack common sense.
So much.
Don't think of the kid out loud. I have not mastered human wisdom, nor do I know the Holy One. I have not mastered human. So I thought about this because this kid, and I hope this kid's watching this because he knows that I'm talking about him, and other people might know who it is. It was at a winter camp, and he was hanging his body out of a second-story window for somebody to get an Instagram picture of him. And I yell, first name, get down from there. And he comes downstairs, and because I have a good relationship with him, I said, did you hit every branch of the stupid tree when you fell out of it? And then he goes, but I wasn't in a tree. You are too dumb to insult. That's another line that should be added. I am too stupid to be
How's this
human.
person doing now?
He's doing great. He goes
good.
to church. I didn't scare him away. He's very active in church. I say he's doing a great job.
That makes my heart
Thanks
happy.
to somebody
I don't know who
being
you're
tough
talking
about. I'll tell you as soon as we cut this off. I will tell you exactly who it is. I think we've all had moments where we feel too stupid to be human.
Absolutely.
He had his then.
100%.
He had his then. I'm sure he'll have more. I'm sure I'll have more. I don't know. I relate to this verse.
Yes. No, I just literally laughed out loud because I was listening to all of it and I thought, did I hear that right?
Yeah.
And so I went back and read it and I thought, it says, I am too stupid to be human.
I must be a robot.
Common sense. But I did think, oh, I have so felt that way before. Like, oh my gosh, that is so ridiculous. And especially when it's in the witness of other people.
Yeah,
like,
I know. They saw that. Everybody saw that. And everybody saw me tell this kid that he fell out of the stupid tree. Like, I did too. I felt bad. I was like, well, he's like, I wasn't in a tree. I'm like, just go sit down, bud. I can't help you right now. I'll help you later.
That was so good.
Yeah, it was good. Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you made it all the way
I hope
through
you
that.
did
I really
too.
hope you
I
made
hope you did too.
To save this date. We'll see you guys tomorrow.